Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Biafra. Buhari told to attend Nnamdi Kanu's parents' burial. Ground presidential parade to IPOB leader. The Ohanaeze Youth Council worldwide has told President Muhammadu Buhari to grant the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, presidential parade to come home for the burial of his parents. According to the Apex Igbo Youth Organization, the international community is watching the Nigerian government on Kanu's parents' burial. OYC called on Buhari to pull out the military from his hometown of the Kanus in Umuahia, the state capital. The position of the youth organization was contained in a statement signed by Mazi Okochukwu, President General of the OYC, and Mazi Okunwo, its Secretary General. The youth group said it is worried about the military presence at the village of the IPOB leader, few days to the burial of Kanu's mother and father. They warned that any form of humanitarian rights abuse on the people of the community during the burial of their traditional leader will cause damage to the international reputation of President Muhammadu Buhari and the image of Nigeria before the world. According to OYC, the international community is watching keenly to see if there will be any form of human rights violation and abuse by Nigerian military before, during, and after the burial rites next week. OYC insisted that there is no need for any provocative action which may promote violence by the Nigerian military before, during, and after the burial of Nnamdi Kanu's parents in Abia State. Buhari should pull out military and accord the last respect for the late king by granting permission and presidential pardon for Nnamdi Kanu to return and bury his parents according to Igbo tradition and culture. There is nothing amiss if President Buhari in person or through higher power delegations attend and send a condolence message to the people of Umuahia on the decease of their prominent leader and his wife. Such presidential gesture will portray him as a good father of the nation, irrespective of the self-evidence of IPOB stand on self-determination and injustice meant by systematic structure against Igbos after 50 years of Biafra civil war. The presidential pardon to Nnamdi and the release of other Biafra aggregates in detention and sending a delegation to the burial will be applauded by both international community and Nigerians at home. This will attract more respect for President Buhari. As such, presidential gesture granted MKO Abiola to appraise the Yoruba should be applauded now to restore more confidence of Igbos in his regime. What is good to the goose is also good for the ganders. OYC salutes Governor Okize for his kind gesture granted to the Nnamdi Kanu's family and community through the appeal made by the president and the permanent minister of the community for solid road construction for the community in preparation for the late prominent ruler Eze Kanu and his wife's burial. OIC urged other Southeast governors to rebuild their palace destroyed during the Operation Python dance. We urge Biafra aggregators to slide down on any action that may attract negative stories during the burial. There should be no display of Biafra flag and uniform, protests, and other things that might give security agents the impact to widen or cause a rancor during the burial. OYC console Nnamdi Kanu on the deceased and the death of his parents. May God grant them the fortitude to bear the loss, the irreplaceable loss. What a good statement, by the governor of the state and other people, the OYC, that's the youth organization of the Igbos, towards Nnamdi Kanu's parents' burial. This is a very welcome speech, and I really appreciate that. And I want to sound a note of caution and warning here. Buhari, you are hearing us because you have people on the media watching our platform and our news to see what we are broadcasting. I want to lend my voice to support these people to say, as a president, if you are one and you are really the Buhari, please attend the burial or send words of condolence to Nnamdi Kanu's parents and to the community. And again, the OIC stated here that the Biafra flag should not be flown. Um, Things should be done properly so that they don't instigate military action or rancor evil during the parents' burial. That they want everything to go well. So I think that is a very good advice just for the burial. Let's give Nnamdi Kanu's parents the befitting burial that they deserve. And also, I want to say here that Nnamdi Kanu's parents are respected people of the community. Remember that they were great leaders, and as such, should be treated as such with great respect. I want to say here that now that the president should reduce the presence of military personnel in the state to avoid people being scared. And I want to say here to Biafrans, please let's give Nnamdi Kanu, the parents, the due respect. Let's not go on causing trouble during this burial. Let's be mindful. Let's be respectful, and let's make sure that we give Nnamdi Kanu's parents the burial that they deserve. Not trouble, no fighting, no rancor. Let's do it peacefully, and let's make sure that everything go well. If for nothing, for Nnamdi Kanu's sake. Remember that this man is putting his life on the line. He's right now in exile because of his belief for the people of Biafra to have freedom, to be able to express themselves, to have the rights, and to be able to live as a free people because the Igbo man has since been marginalized and neglected since the incident of the civil war. So I think Nnamdi Kanu's parents deserve this respect and honor, and as such should be given, and nobody should cause any form of trouble during this burial. Every hand should be on deck to support and to make sure that the burial is a success and it goes on well. Let's support him. They also made mention of President Muhammadu Buhari granting Nnamdi Kanu pardon to come for his parents' burial. I think that should be something he should do. We should grant him presidential pardon so that he can come and attend his parents' burial. This is his last respect. After now, the parents are gone down, and then that's the respect due to every dead. Every dead deserves to be properly buried, and so Nnamdi deserves to bury his parents well and very well. So we are calling on the president to grant Nnamdi Kanu the presidential pardon to come attend his parents' burial so that he can accord them the last respect. This is a man that in the international world is well respected and looked up to, but it's unfortunate that in Nigeria the same is not seen for him. So I want to say here that we should please support Nnamdi Kanu. We should make sure that his parents have the befitting burial that they deserve. Everybody should be there to support him. One's parents is very important and deserves the best. So therefore, everyone needs to give him the support emotionally and in every way. There should be no kind of rancor, like they have stated. Please your leader have said no flying of the Biafra flag, not to stir up any aggression, so everything can go well. Thanks very much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. We're here to keep you up to date with all that is happening in Nigeria. Thanks once again. God bless.